Hey Slayers, and if you remember, a little while back, I did a video on Ray the Flying Squirrel and Sonic the Hedgehog. So, I decided I was gonna, in that video, I did say there was a second ROM hack, and then that one was a little bit made by a different person, and so here's that second ROM hack. And I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, my impressions of this one are a lot better. This one actually plays good, like where the other one was just like a lazy palette swap, and not, like I said, you have to design the characters, you have to make sure they fit in that universe. So when I say, I don't mean like lazy palette swap, what I mean is, what actually happened with that one is it ended up being glitchy. Ray's flight really didn't work that well. Well, here it does work extremely well. The characters are less glitchy, and remember I said there's this thing that could happen that if you switched Sonic's palette, his color palette, what would happen was the characters would actually switch. Other things would switch, like the enemies and the fishes and all that. If you switch Sonic's colors, they will switch colors too, and that still happens here. That's how you really know when a palette swap really. But the glide here actually. Am I dead? Oh, I was gliding. The glide here is a little bit weird because it's similar to Knuckles, but like with a twist. And I never was a big fan of Ray's gameplay anyway, just because I really just never could get the grips of how to control it, and I just always felt, what's the point of Ray when you could just pick Knuckles or Tails? They're, in my opinion, they're a lot better of a flight option, but it's kind of worse. Like if you've ever played Super Mario World, there's the what is that cape called? His power cape, and that's basically how Ray controls. So if you're used to like something like that and you know how to control that, that's literally how Ray controls. Or you like playing Ray from Sonic Mania, but in Sonic 1, this is a good ROM for you. Like I said, I never really, Ray's gameplay just never clicked with me the same like as Knuckles did. And maybe that's because his gameplay actually takes some effort, whereas Knuckles and Tails, you just hold right and you're done. But his just never really clicked with me. But this is actually like a good ROM hack. While, like I said, colors change because I think of the yellow, other things actually looks cooler, and as you can see, this ROM does add the spin dash. So if you want the spin dash, there you go. Nothing really besides certain colors of things changes. Like the music doesn't change, the gameplay doesn't change. Besides, like I said, Ray's little flying ability. If any, Ray really just doesn't add too much. Him and Mighty as a whole both don't add too much. Mighty is just basically Knuckles without his glide, and he's literally just a palette swap with Sonic, and he can just walk through walls like Knuckles can. It's like, let me explain to you how it worked. So with Mighty and Ray, what Sega actually did, at least in my opinion, they took Knuckles, right? And I know these guys were around before Knuckles, and I know that. So basically, let me explain what Sega did. They took Ray, and then they took Mighty, and they combined them together, and you get Knuckles, right? And it makes perfect sense. And just Knuckles is like, just say, okay, if you ever watch Dragon Ball Z, right? Basically Knuckles as a whole is just a fusion of Mighty and Ray, which is better because in their base forms, they're just not really that good. Like Mighty Ray literally has almost nothing going for him, and Mighty, his flight ability just really isn't that special. If I'm being honest, like his flight really, we're not doing Marble Zone. We're actually just gonna reset the game because we're not doing Marble Zone. His flight ability just really doesn't do that much for me. Hold A, start. We're gonna go ahead and skip. We'll actually play some of Spring Yard Zone real quick for you guys because this video is kind of short, and I realized that. Yeah, because it's really, like I said, it's not that much to cover. In my previous video on Ray and Sonic, that there was a second ROM hack. So just be careful of which one you choose when you do go to Sonic Retro if you're trying it. Ray, he's a fun little character if you can really get. But he doesn't seem that useful in Sonic 2, in Sonic 1 to me, or Sonic 2, even Sonic 2, yeah, even in Sonic 2 he'll be more useful, but in like Sonic 1 the levels are really That's another thing I actually want to cover real quick. Some of the things that can happen is what'll happen sometimes. I've noticed this happens to me a few times. What'll happen is you go to jump to land on an enemy, right? But what'll actually end up happening is Ray will go into his flying animation, and I don't know if that's a glitch or if that's something he's supposed to do. So I don't want to outright say it's a glitch, but that's what'll happen sometimes. So just be careful when you're in tight corners and you're looking to hit an enemy, because sometimes a badnik or an enemy or whatever you want to. I always said enemies, but I know they're badniks. Whoa, I actually don't even know what that was. I just did. It's like, see, it's really kind of just useless in my opinion. I never really got to grips with, like I said, is just Sonic with being able to walk through walls. He's really no significance. See what I'm saying? Occasionally it won't let you attack enemies, and that can be annoying and kind of frustrating when you're in a tight corner and you're really just trying to get through, but you're not able to attack an enemy. So just watch out for that. And like I said, I don't know if it's a glitch. I've never played Ray in Sonic Mania, or pretty much the only thing he was in Sonic Mania, right? The DLC, I didn't even pick Ray when I did get the DLC. I was mostly just Mighty when I did. And even then, I really still didn't play as Mighty. I still kind of just played as Knuckles, just because Knuckles is just... He's Knuckles. Knuckles is like I said, if you have ever watched Dragon Ball Z, you'll know what fusions are. Mighty and Knuckles is literally just Mighty and Ray fused together to create a perfect form. But he is, and Hyper Knuckles is just straight up... The Super Knuckles and Hyper Knuckles, that's just Super Saiyan Gogeta, literally, because Mighty and Ray on their own just aren't that good. It's like peanut butter and jelly. You don't want to eat jelly by itself, and peanut butter is actually pretty good by itself. But no, we're getting off topic. Because that's what I said. See, Ray is really the jelly, and Ray is really the jelly, and Mighty's by itself once in a while. It's really no harm. Peanut butter is delicious. But jelly by itself, that's when it starts to get gross. And really, Ray is just the jelly in this whole situation. He's not really, unless you really, if you really Sonic Mania, I'd say go for this ROM hack. If you were never a big fan of his gameplay, and you're just curious, still go try it out. It's like I said, it's a nice ROM hack. It's a Sonic one, and I want to start doing some more ROM hacks. Occasionally more ROM hacks, but really just one place I can actually see Ray being a little bit of a hindrance is definitely Labyrinth Zone. So keep that in mind. I wouldn't really play with Ray in Labyrinth Zone. He can probably be a hindrance here, so just kind of ignore him here. Probably just skip this stage if you don't know the level. If you know the level select code, that was almost gonna drown. It almost seemed like I was gonna drown. Yeah, but it's really just gonna do it for this video. I mean, he can probably be a little bit of a hindrance here recording this video. He plays fine. He's like an imperfect version of Knuckles. He can glide, but he can't stick to walls. If I'm being honest, Knuckles is really just the whole Chaotix crew mixed together. Like, honestly, like, let's see, he got the climbing from SBO, you got the gliding from Ray, and you got the basically being indestructible from Mighty. So if I'm being honest, as a ROM hack, don't really, if you're just looking for a fun ROM hack or to make Sonic 1 easy, just go with Knuckles or Tails in Sonic 1. They're just better options. If you're curious about Ray's gameplay, go try it out. It's never too, like, on the last, I gave it a bad review just because that ROM hack was particularly bad. And be sure to watch out, like I said, for what ROM hack you go for, because as you can see, if the game resets for me, and the game didn't reset for me, it kind of just froze on me. But there's a different screen you go for, and really at the end of the day, this is an okay ROM hack. It's not really for me, but that's really gonna do it for me. If you're new here, if you could subscribe, that would really make my day. And until next time, see you, Slayers. Did I end the video? Oh no, I didn't end it.